So essentially, fucking Naraku did all he did to Mount Hakure because he, well, of course, was creating a brand new body, but this time a body that was actually separate from Onigumo. Now we actually have a full-on demonic Naraku. And he did this all because he wanted to cut ties with Kikyo. That way he can actually kill her. And so far as I know, as far as we all know, Kikyo is dead. Well, a major character has actually died in the story. Now, here's the thing too, is that this series is close to about 60 volumes long. We're at the halfway point. We're coming close to volume 30. This is volume 29. And she can pop up fucking later. Maybe. I'm gonna give Rumiko Takahashi the benefit of a fucking doubt that, well, maybe Kikyo actually is dead now. Which means that, you know, the bond between Kagome and Inuyasha can become a lot tighter. Which it does feel like in this volume, their bond actually did become a little tighter. Like the past volumes, we've been seeing a more and more growing affection. Granted, it's more like the affection of Sango for Moroku growing, and Moroku, I don't know if he actually understands that, because he's still fucking womanizing. Oh, also, Naraku has this ability that he can enact a shield, take in an attack, then release that same attack back out to the person. Because right after Kikyo being just bested by Naraku, Sashomu shows up, tries to attack him. Naraku is like, hey, you ever watch fucking Nanatsu no Taizai? Well, it's a series from the fucking future where the main character can take an attack and then knock it back to the person that's doing the attack to them. After seeing that, it's the first thing that popped into my head. Okay, so maybe that is where I have one of the volumes here too of the Seven Deadly Sins. Maybe that's where Nakaba Suzuki got his idea for Meliodas' reflecting attacks. Possibility there. It's good. It's a very good fucking possibility. Now, after all this is said and done, and with the fall of Mount Hakure, there's a new character, or rather, a new child of Naraku. Like both Kagura and Kana are both children of Naraku. Now there's this little baby that can take control of people's fucking souls. And it almost takes control of Kagome's soul. Now, why was it trying to take control of Kagome's soul? Because since Kagome is Kikyo's predecessor... Actually, no, wait. Is that the right word? No, wait. I think it's actually descendant is the word I'm looking for here. Being, you know, her descendant, they both have a very unique ability, and that is being able to sense and see the Shikon Jewel shards. So this little baby was basically trying to grab Kagome's soul and use Kagome's eyes in that sense. Not in the sense of the baby was gonna grab her eyes out of her eye socket and rip those fuckers out and put in his own eyes and shit. No. This is not some fucking weird Itachi to Sasuke fucking deal here. No, the baby was just going to basically emerge itself as part of Kagome's soul and become one. Then use Kagome's eyes in that kind of sense. But things fall short, of course, and Naraku goes with a fucking plan B. Talks with this demon, or yokai, whatever, known as Mimi Renki. Now, Mimi in Japanese is to hear, basically. And Mimi Renki is this old-looking yokai that has very long ears, and it could hear exceptionally fucking well. Apparently, the Shikon Jewel is almost complete. We know that Koga has a couple of jewels in his leg, as well as Kohaku, Sango's brother, has a jewel embedded in the back of his neck. We know that that's the only jewel, that jewel is keeping Kohaku alive. Because once that jewel gets taken out, then Kohaku is going to go back to being dead again. Aside from those shard fragment places, or placements, I should say, the last fragment apparently is in the world between the living and the dead. And both Noraku and Inuyasha's party are, in a sense, on their way, to that same location. We're going back to the Monster of the Week fucking deal here, and they come across, Inuyasha's group comes across this mysterious settlement that's nothing but women, where any guy that approaches that settlement is end up found dead and flayed. In case you don't know what flayed is, that is when all the skin, the surface skin, is fucking peeled off. Fucking creepy. I both do and don't like these off-kilter adventures. Granted, it is kind of cool to see Inuyasha and the group solving problems for everyday people, as well as it's a good way to show character growth through interaction, and gives us a bigger sense of who the characters really are. Well, that's a plus to these, but the minus to those, okay, or the cons, I should say, is that it takes away from the overall plot of the story. And this volume was very, very fucking plot driven. I get the feeling that that the next volume we're gonna have more character driven stuff. Not to say there weren't character driven moments here, because you had the whole aspect of Inuyasha realizing that he basically dropped everything to make sure that he actually thought Kikyo was still fucking alive. And he just straight up dropped everything, went to go see if he was alive, only to be basically fucking hoodwinked because Naraku's cronies, or his children or whatever, they knew very well how Inuyasha would react to this whole situation. They knew that if there even was a slight possibility of Kikyo being alive, that he would just chase after that, no hesitation whatsoever. Inuyasha is a man that's just straight up torn in half, because essentially Kikyo and Kagome are the same fucking person, essentially. But they're also two separate people, which is why he has such strong affection towards both these women. And honestly, one of the coldest fucking lines in this volume comes from Sesshomaru, who tells Inuyasha that, this is not verbatim, but he tells Inuyasha that Kikyo died because he as in Inuyasha, failed to save her. I'm very much so interested in seeing where Rumiko Takahashi takes this series. With that being said, what do you guys think of Inuyasha Volume 29? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you'd be so kind as to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And all y'all watching that are on the fence, come on. Subscribe already. Shit. Oh, and after you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification icon. Make sure that little bell is ringing. That way you'll know when I put out more content in the future. And give the video a thumbs up. It may not help the algorithm, but it makes me fucking feel good. So, fuck it. With that being said, ciao for now.